I'd like to thank Meta for having me, AG and Jay for letting me borrow the barong and the sombrero, and those that came here to support me, and for everyone that actually survived the end of this night. And yeah, and thank you to my mum back there who made the rice cakes as well. Love you, mum. But yeah, poetry has become an outlet for me to express my emotions like a journal. So buckle the fuck up. We're gonna go through a journey tonight. And yeah, I got into poetry because of a breakup. So I'm gonna start with one about a breakup. But yeah, I call this one Adrift. Love is bittersweet. Is that warm feeling in your heart that you can't explain. The oxytocin that rushes through your brain. Is that smile you crave from the face of the one you love. But is love a need, or is it a want? Some days I want you to love me, some days I just need you to go away. Why do I still feel sad with you in my arms? Your chin on my shoulders, while my fingers are cracked like I'm taking a picture. My eyes drifting into space, but my body is still like the picture I've just taken. I picture blue skies, seagulls calling, waves rolling back and forth onto the sand like a coin machine as the sun bleaches our skin. I wish I've been taken adrift, back into reality, back to where I belong, where the clouds drone the land, no beam of light in sight, no more sunshine in my eyes. A thunderous storm brews in my mind. Isn't love supposed to take away the pain? Take away the loneliness I have in my heart? Take away the regret I feel? Fill in that void in my heart with memories of us together forever? Why do I forget the happy times? The laughter, the good stories that we made? Why is it when I think back, it's just a snapshot of you smiling, nothing more? I'm sorry I didn't see the great in what I'm supposed to be grateful for. Why isn't love like in the movies? Where's my fucking happy ending? Has my separation anxiety just turned into just separation and anxiety? It's not me, it's you. You see, love made me love you, but your love was never for me. Yeah, this one's about ADHD. I feel like all Filipinos have ADHD because of this Filipino time. Like I was actually late today, but yeah. Unheard is ironic, but that's how I feel when I've been told I don't listen. The wait is too long to get diagnosed, but my focus fades before it reloads. Focus. They tell us that's what we need, but why should I be focused if we're not being seen? I lost my keys, my dignity, my wallet just last week. But when this has been occurring for years, will you let me set the scene? They told me I should just go private. I'm being sent back and forth. 1, 2, 3 is just silence. Why pay to be told what I already know? I'm not a psychologist. I'm just a guy who had to self-diagnose. They say you shouldn't self-diagnose. Then inform me then, please. Is this condition predisposed? Leaving me in hold like I'm on a phone call to customer service. Sorry, love. We're experiencing technical difficulties. Oh, so like my learning perplexities. I'm just trying to get treated before I remain defeated by the stress and anxiety instabilities. It's these trials and tribulations that have been testing my patience. I'm just a guy trying to understand my situation. I beg, I plead, and I fought. But what is the next step is what I thought. Drugs, therapy, you tell me. Like I say, I'm just a guy waiting patiently. So there's another one. So I was gonna do either this one about Grindr or situationship, but yeah, which one should I go for? Grindr. All right. Who says on Grindr? But yeah, okay. So, hey, pics. Know how are you? Kind of being a prick. Guess is the app full of dicks. Friends and fun to DL to MPNC. Learn the terminology. No need for plan B. Too much to bear when it comes to the lingo. Can't you just let me focus on my streak on Duolingo? Oh, how I hate this app. One wrong move and you're in a bear trap. Dicks, pics, and tricks. As well as dicks taking pics from tricky angles, trying to be the top pick. Attention, validation, and horniness are the app's foundation. All for some reputation. You need to resist the false promises of connection and forget about rejections and maybe consider some self-reflection. Loneliness and emptiness coincide, but the options of choice lets you decide. How you give yourself up and to whom is the app to hook up, stay at home, not their bedroom. Yeah, thanks. So now these ones are gonna be like Filipino related ones, so we're in this one. Okay, let's see. So I call this one Bleach and Bronze. Okay. Brown. There's many different shades, but in our world, only one tone is right. The lighter it is, the better. The answer is the closest to white. Papaya. A soap-shaped lie to make your skin lighter. Why can't we love the reflection of our ancestors? We shouldn't want to be whiter. White. It's funny how they want you to be tanned. Maybe no one is content from which country they land. Black. The shade of the beautiful indigenous tribe of Aita, which we wanted erased more than our historical Spanish breeders. Mixed. This obsession with half-white babies makes us forget the oppression and only leads to depression, as those full blood could never be that complexion. Bronze. They bake for the shade while we bake for light. It's two sides of a war with no winner in sight. Thank you. So this one's about, I'm not sure if you guys are aware, but this one's about Cebu. That was like a typhoon. And basically, like the politicians were really useless. They could have used this money to actually build like flood control things, but they just decided to use it on themselves. But yeah, oh Cebu, if only it wasn't true. Once filled with the greenest greens and the bluest hues, your beauty has been destroyed by an unforgiving typhoon, while Filipinos brace for an impending doom. When are the politicians going to learn? Before corruption breeds destruction, and spoiled kids on Instagram who clearly don't give a damn that the country is falling under policies so appalling. Before their children consume more materials than our Spanish imperials, where they post a life of luxury, while the poor would be so lucky to have more food, shelter, water, and rights. Flood control money used on designer bags, mansion, luxury cars. The systemic abuse of the elite has clearly gone too far. In the trillion peso march, 200 people were arrested, while those in power were uncontested, caring more for their personal pleasures rather than real preventative measures. But where is the accountability, the responsibility, the integrity? The government's role is to serve and preserve. Isn't that the bare minimum that we deserve? So drop the act and prevent more blood, because if there's another flood, you better go build that ark and hope it floats before it gets dark. As God will judge us on these days, while you go running from your greed and unholy ways. As the powerful hides and the grieved cries, we, the people of the Philippines, will rise. No doubt, the country will thrive. For a nation that's been so neglected, we will still survive. Okay, and my last one is a little bit interactive. So my final line, one line I'm going to say in the end is, I want to fly home. I want to fly to the, and I'm going to get everyone to say Philippines. So can we try it out? So I want to fly home. I want to fly to the Philippines. Okay. So if I were to take a one-way flight, I'll fly to where the sun never sets, where the rays envelop the sand with a soft embrace, where the palm trees sway in unison like synchronized ballet dancers, where the flesh of the fruit nourishes not just my hunger, but my soul, where the warm welcomes comes with smiles that stretch for miles. If I would take a one-way flight, I'll fly to where the rays from the sun kiss my body gold, where the humid air provides the moisture that my skin so desperately craves, where the sounds of the bustling markets sharpens my senses, where the simple smell of the black smoke engraves my mind, where jeepneys paint the town with color and sound. But this would mean I'll have to fly away from the racism and discrimination that my birthplace procreates, away from the blanket of grey clouds that engulf the city, away from where the rent costs more than an arm and leg so silly. This would mean I'll fly away from the colonizers and the deniers of human rights, away from the patriarchy and those complicit in deceit and war crimes, away from a collapsing national health service and government that breaks more than it builds, away from the hate that you receive from daring to be the person you have always truly been. So if I would take a one-way flight, I'll fly to where my heart aches for more, where my heart isn't split between two different worlds. I'll fly to where I'm thriving and not where I'm barely surviving. I would fly home. I will fly to the Philippines. Yay! Thanks, guys.